With this ring, I destroy. That and so much more. Are you ready? Let's dish.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dishin' Days, AFTERBUZZ TV's weekly recap of NBC's Emmy Award-winning hit soap opera Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tami Goveia, and I am joined by two fabulous men today, boys. Say hi, hi.
Hello!
Yay!
Tony's finally back with us.
I know.
Finally. Where have you been?
I've been here, lady. Where have you been?
What's your name again?
See, here's what happened, guys. I got this memo saying, we're just going to come to you. We're going to tape at your house. I've been waiting at my house for you guys to show up.
For weeks.
For
weeks.
Weeks. Where have you been?
Yeah, you come here to do Drag Race. I don't get it.
Well, because I get tired of waiting, and I'm like, well,
And then you're like, oh, well, fine.
They won't come to me, so I have to come here for them.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
she's such a diva.
Who must miss you?
Ladies and gentlemen, the new replacement of Abigail Devereaux.
Yes.
That's where I've been. I've been in callbacks, readings with Chad Demera.
Screen test.
Screen test after
chemistry.
screen test
Chemistry
after
reads.
scream test.
What? Stardom is exhausting.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Drink that coffee.
Well, for those of you who don't know, hi, I'm Tony Moore. And who are you?
Steve.
Steve, that's right. The bar name.
Steve's my code name. If you ever hear me introduce myself as Steve, you got to go with it.
Yeah.
It's because I don't want them to know my real name.
Not that they really
Oh,
want to know the
gosh.
real name anymore.
Never give it
What's
away.
your fake name?
Never give it away. Sabrina.
See, do you have a fake name?
I
Kevin.
do.
Good.
See?
Everybody,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you right now, think of a fake name. You have to know it because it's got to roll off the tongue.
Right?
Yeah.
And
You
I
can't
did
pause.
it. I did
Yeah.
it today. And our Steve, our engineer, thank you, Steve, for being here, was in here. And Tony said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Steve."
Yeah.
Because it has to roll out. Because if you hesitate, they go, "You're lying to me."
You're
Yeah.
lying. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
it down. I don't know
I
if
just
that's
hope
good
they
or
don't
bad.
ask me a last name because I don't have a fake last name.
All right, everyone.
Tamara.
So please make sure and follow us on all social media platforms. We've got Twitter at _Dishin Days, and then Facebook and Insta at Dishin Days. And also make sure and check us out on iTunes. Give us a fabulous 5-star rating and say some super, super nice things about us in the show.
Super nice.
And you too
Super.
can possibly become fan of the week.
Fan of the week.
We need a song for that. And we also have some amazing other soap opera content shows. We've got GH Report and The Restless Wrap Up. If you're a soap lover, please check out our other shows. Before we dive in to all of this stuff, guys, what did you think? Thoughts, comments,
You go, because I feel like you're waiting.
fill-ins?
It was. I felt like there were a couple days I was just kind of like, it was just recap, and that's what we're here for.
Taking our jobs.
Right.
So, but it did kind of get good the Thursday, Friday when Billy Flynn showed up.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
I'm just gonna. It's safe to say, if Billy's on set, we good.
And
And a surprise, something that did surprise me this week.
I thought this week was
Tammy.
interesting. I thought there's some twists and turns that I wasn't expecting. And I just thought it was interesting.
It reminded me when Mary Beth was on the show, and we were talking about how...
Oh, Mary Beth was on our show.
On our
I
show.
was like, girl, she's still on. She was on this week.
It's not a spoiler on Dishin' Days. And we just talked about how there's more conversations happening. You know,
Yeah.
there's not the explosions and the kidnappings and that sort of thing. I felt this week there was a lot of that, which was great, especially between Ben and Ciara, as he calls her. Did you notice that?
I did
In the
notice
beginning,
that.
he called her
Maybe-
Ciara, and then now
Yeah.
he's calling her Ciara.
Ciara.
But now I'm like,
Maybe his Boston accent came out.
it's spelled
Boston.
Ciara.
Yeah,
Boston.
Boston.
It's car keys and it's khakis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably still mad at me because the Celtics beat the or no, the Cavs beat the Celtics.
I used to call it the Celtics. That's how bad I was.
Oh boy.
I know.
He kept Instagramming stuff about the Celtics when they were playing the Cavs, and I was doing everything I could to not say anything. And then one day I was like, you know, it's killing me not to say "Go Cavs" or something like that. And he wrote back, and he was just like, "You stay off of my stay off my Insta story."
Tony, would you like to do the honors?
Oh.
And we can just get into this.
Yes.
It is now time to start
Dishing Days.
Days. Wow! Well, it'll be fun to do it with you guys instead of doing it in my living room by myself.
Yay. It's always better with other people.
You guys missed who got fan of the
Really?
week,
I don't
who got
know.
quote of the
I
week.
know.
You missed it all. It was all happening at my house.
In your living room?
My living rooms.
In your house?
And thank you everybody who missed me in the chat room. Missed you guys too.
Definitely.
Oh, they did miss you.
Let's start.
Yes, Terrell, I missed you.
Did you? What's he say?
He
Hi,
said, did you miss me?
me?
Absolutely.
Aw. Lonnie and Eli and that whole storyline. So, you know, you were especially wondering these last few weeks,
Well-
like, what direction is it going in?
Like I was hoping that they weren't gonna go this route.
Yeah.
But then I was kind of wondering, what is it gonna be like to have now this baby and this continued thing and reminder of the night that Eli and Lonnie got together. So I had this thought while watching it. I felt like even, and this is just my opinion, Days wasn't even sure which way they were going to go. So I feel like they kind of gave the whole like placenta thing
Right.
as a way to kind of be like, all right, we'll do this because we're not quite sure. And then they were just finally like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go this way.
And maybe that helped as a viewer because we were never really sure either.
No, because like when
So
she
that
started,
was reflected.
when she started having cramps and all that kind of stuff, I thought for sure, oh my God, here we go. She's gonna have a miscarriage. And it was like, no, it's not that. And then the whole time, Kayla was like, listen, you know, it's even though it's 3 months early that you're having the baby, it's
She
a
was giving those
90% chance
statistics. I was
that
like,
the baby will be
and
fine.
Eli even said, why did you tell us 90%? Why
Yeah.
did you even say that?
And so, and it was just like, oh no. But then to see her kind of go into this dreamlike state of how things would have been was just kind of like, oh. And I was also like, don't walk into the light, Carol Ann. Like when she opened the door and the light
I
came
know,
in.
I know.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the
That's
light.
me when the refrigerator opened.
Vegan!
Vegan.
Why would you even want to go into that vegan refrigerator?
Right.
But when I saw the white light, I mean, I loved what they did with it, but I knew it wasn't going to end well. That white light, you know, it's just not going to end well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just very worried. But here we are.
Why do you think they chose for that whole dream scenario to be about her and JJ? Because it was all about their perfect life,
Like how it would have been.
how it would have been.
How she
Do you
wanted
think
it
that
to
was
be.
actually on her mind? Well, obviously, it must have been on her mind.
I think that's how she wanted things to turn out. I think, you know, it was in her mind how everything was supposed to play
I
out.
know, that kind of surprised me, though, because she's in the moment of having the child, her and
Yeah.
Eli's child, and she's thinking about the perfect life with JJ. That
Well,
was heartbreaking.
It's still that internal feel of, you know, that's what she really wanted. And I mean, just like maybe like a month or so ago, I kept saying, she kept looking at Eli like, why are you here? Go away.
Yeah.
I don't want you here.
And it's probably stemming from, I mean, before she started to go into labor, she and JJ were at the pub having that discussion. Is it
Yeah.
possible to get back
And
together again? Can you get over it?
Well, she
And-
also feels very bad too, you know,
Still.
about what happened and all of that. So
Terrell says Sal Stower's performance deserves to be daytime Emmy worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
let's hope they don't give it and then snatch it away.
Oh my gosh. I mean, she woke up and just the floodgates opened. And we know how hard Sal works. And this was a difficult storyline for her, just being able to relate to being pregnant and being able to feel something. She's amazing. The work that she's done has been amazing.
I was very surprised. I did not expect the baby to die. I expected it to be like real critical and, you know, and it just get dragged out and, you know, weeks and weeks and weeks of going into the intensive care and them getting closer. That's kind of how I thought. So when they said he actually died, I was just like, oh, we went there.
Yeah.
Okay. So that actually surprised me. And you guys know I like to be surprised. So that made me happy. I was a little, I didn't really care so much for the how I wish it would have been scenario. For me, it was just kind of like...
You mean with her and JJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of... I mean, it's not like it amounted to anything anyway, and when all was said and done.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It just... I drifted a lot.
I felt bad for Valerie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she was there.
Yeah.
So
And
she's
she couldn't do
watching all
anything.
of this happen.
Yeah.
And essentially, this is her grandson.
Yeah.
That, so I just felt bad. But there's a part of me that's, I hate to say, that's kind of like...
Okay. It's done.
Because, again, the baby was going to be a consistent reminder of that night.
But I also think that new generations need to be born in order for the story of Days of Our Lives to continue. So I thought, is this child going to continue?
Yeah.
Because we do need that.
Well,
but at the same time...
I had an idea. If Ron's listening.
Oh, boy.
And we know that he listens sometimes. I'm just thinking, because it wasn't but a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, that people who were dying were being injected and being brought back to life.
Right.
Just putting that out there.
But that's so funny. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you know what?
Did you think that?
I was like, this baby might seems like right now they've died. I feel like years later,
Yep.
No,
it's
gonna turn out
I didn't even think
like
about that.
they I actually
Because we all know
survived.
Vivian's back alive, and she
Yeah.
got that injection, and she's probably like, "Oh, girl, that gonna come in handy." And she might be lingering around the halls of
Yeah.
the hospital.
Yeah.
She sees this baby. She's like,
Use it as
I
a
need me
pawn for
another
something,
pawn
right? For
for-
leverage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just,
Oh my gosh.
Ron, you're welcome.
Yes.
Days of Our Lives, 2028. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And we'll still be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still be broadcasting from my living room.
I have to say, though, I love that moment when Eli stepped up. Abe and
Yeah.
Valerie were going to tell Lonnie about the loss of the baby, and he said he really literally stepped up. And I thought in that moment, he became the man that he
Yeah.
needed to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I think he suddenly had a sense of responsibility. Like
he got it.
It's not, his mom's responsibility is not Abe's responsibility. This child belonged to he and
We were
Lonnie.
partners. Yeah.
And so he felt the need to do that.
That's right. Georgia was resurrected. Chelsea Brady.
Oh, when they thought she was stillborn.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
Anything is
because,
possible. That's
when-
why we watch Days.
This is what I do all the way from Beverly Hills adjacent to North Hollywood.
ADJ.
I'm like, what could it be happening? What's going on in the minds of the writers of Days of Our Lives?
And are you
come up
actually-
with
And then
genius
I-
notes.
You look like you're getting, there's like a mind meld. There's like a Spock mind meld moment
Exactly.
there.
Exactly.
I love it.
Just saying. Just put it out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's heartbreaking.
We'll see.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
See what happens. And see what, what's going to happen in the weeks to come.
Yeah.
Do you want them back together again?
Lonnie and Eli?
Yeah.
Or Lonnie and JJ?
Lonnie and JJ. I don't
No.
see it happening. I don't see it happening.
But I will say this.
I'm liking Teresa and
because-
JJ.
I am too.
Bah.
And thank you for giving JJ an apartment. And it's pretty freaking cool.
I know. Oh, it kinda
Every time it
almost
cuts to that, now I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, wait. Oh, that's right. He's got his own apartment.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love it. I
His
think
little
it's-
studio.
Yep. Sassy.
And we were talking about this. He always has no shirt on when he's in his studio.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
it gives him
Yeah.
opportunity to walk around shirtless. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
we all love a shirtless moment.
We'll take it. I mean, I would trim the chest hair personally. That's just me. But beggars can't be choosers.
I mean, Billy doesn't shave his chest hair. And
On camera, no.
Oh. Yeah.
moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. Moving on.
Next storyline.
You wanna know the whole
yes.
story?
Nope. No, thank you.
So my favorite storyline right now, Ciara and Ben.
Yes.
But it was Ciara, Ben, and Hope and Rafe.
And see, okay, so we had this discussion a couple weeks ago where I can't remember if it was you or Michael felt like he wasn't. No, Michael.
It was Michael. He's
Michael
like
felt
totally
like
not trusting him.
Ben hasn't changed, and I see the change in Ben. I still feel like when he and Ciara were discussing like why Ciara ran away, and it was because she caught Claire and Trip together. He then was like, well, the same thing happened to me, which I gagged when Ciara was like, so you had a man cheat on you with
Yeah.
and he was like, no, it was a girl. And I was like, kudos to Dave.
Yeah.
That was cute. I was like,
Let's just clarify this.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to when I felt like the crazy switch turned on for him when, someone that he truly loved and cared for was cheating on him. And I think, again, like we said, there's a crazy gene dormant in him, and it just switched on when that happened. So it was nice to kind of see them bond over that and realize, like, share that common thing of, yes, that happened to him, and, obviously their reactions to it, but I still feel like that's the reason why Ben went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
See, and I disagree because I didn't buy the fact that he went cuckoo because he was heartbroken by Abigail. But when he started talking about his childhood with his father and the abuse, the physical and mental abuse, that made sense to me.
But I
That
feel
made
like
sense. And
that's what triggered it.
oh yeah.
That's what made
The abuse started. The abuse is what formed his psychoses.
right.
And then when he
His what?
has psychoses, right?
Psychoses.
Psychoses.
Yep.
So when he has everyday moments,
SAT
Like
word.
it's
SAT word.
like asinine.
don't ask me to spell it though.
Psychoses. We're doing
Psychoses.
psychoses. Okay.
That's a drink. That's like a shot. I'll have a tray of psychoses.
Yeah.
Everybody gets heartbroken. They don't react to becoming a serial killer. But when you come from his background of the abuse, the physical, mental abuse that he had from his father, then when you have these everyday events of getting heartbroken or what have you, get it.
Yeah.
Now I got it.
Yeah.
Now I got it. And I'm more sympathetic.
Yeah. I like their bond, and I like
do
how
too.
he's caring for her. I like that she's still teetering on like whether or not she should trust him. She's more on the trusting side than not trusting side.
But she still gets her little digs in.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm interested to see, because I know it involves Hope, so you've already tuned out, how you guys felt when Hope called, like the conversation between Hope and Ciara. Because my thought was, Ciara, okay, girl, like you're being a bit much.
Like, get over it.
Like, yeah.
Go home and deal with it.
Let them know where you are so
Yeah.
that they can come get you, and maybe you can go spend a couple of nights at the Salem Inn rather than in the woods somewhere and them not know. Because then I started thinking, like a parent, like that's the worst feeling ever, is to not know where your child is.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's like, oh, I'm calling you on a burner phone so you can't locate me, and I feel like Hope was about to lose it because she was just like, where are you? Just tell me where you are. Stay there, but tell me where you are. And she wouldn't. And it's like, I was like, girl, I feel how you feel right now.
Yeah. I think the only thing that helped me be on Ciara's side when she refuses to go home, it's like, why are you making such a dramatic thing out of this?
Yeah.
Was I think she's finally coming to terms with the rape. And so she doesn't know what is happening. She
Right.
doesn't know if she wants to go home. She doesn't know if she wants to stay in the woods. She doesn't know anything. So I think that's really the only plausible reason
Yeah.
why she would not, like, okay, go home, deal with this.
Right.
She knows she has the support. She knows she has the love in the family, but she can't. She can't. And I think that's what's bonding her and Ben. The wanting to make a fresh start. Yeah.
Don't look at me.
I just want to know what Mark thinks.
What are you thinking, Mark?
I
You're
wanna
so
kn-
quiet.
I want to know if you fast forward. I want to know if you pause.
I did not. I told Victoria this when we interviewed her at the Daytime Emmys. I enjoy her. I enjoy everything she's been doing. I didn't have a problem with her run. I like that they're fashioning Ciara around Beau. That she's this bad girl, that she's this tough girl. It doesn't bother me that she ran away. I think that's just who she is. She loves her motorcycle, which I love that, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of her safe place, I feel like. I'm digging her and Ben. I'm all for it.
Actually,
it doesn't bother me at all. Here's what I was thinking too. If we rewind back to when Ben joined the show, did he join the show when we started doing this, or was it before we started doing our show that Ben started on the show?
Oh, I think it was before.
Before
we started doing the show before
Ben came
Before
on.
he
So
started?
because we had the first Ben, and then it switched to
Robert. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking back the other day to those days of that Ben when he's this character that comes in, we all are very familiar with in daytime, who's kind of like this filler character. And they're just there to have another person for this other person to like so that there can be a triangle with the person they're meant to be with.
Okay.
I just gonna say, and whether it's Robert, whether it's Days for thinking of it, I don't know, all the planets aligning. Kudos to Robert and Days for going from someone who probably wasn't only meant to have
I love those.
a short
yeah.
6-month run on the show.
If that.
And now he is a significant
Player.
character on the show who we look forward to seeing, who we're invested in. Kudos to Robert for doing that. Because it's a special kind of person. So I say thumbs up. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with... I like seeing the thing with her. Of course, I didn't care about her calling home. I was like, girl, you don't even have to call her.
Don't even bother.
You're a grown up now, girl. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
And like now, what's funny is because I like Trip, I like Ben, and I like Theo. I like Ciara with all three. It's kind of like with Sammy.
Right. It's hard
you like
to.
her with
She's
DJ,
good with
you like her
everyone.
with
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah.
You like her with Rafe. I think that Victoria has that thing about her too, that you can see that there are these different aspects of her.
Yeah.
So each one of these guys fits in perfectly.
Yeah.
So kudos to Robert and Victoria and Days.
Yay.
I like
I'm
it.
down for
I do
it.
too.
I'm
so
down for it.
excited.
If we could somehow manage for Ciara to not be Hope's daughter, that would be perfect.
I don't think...
Maybe she's really Chelsea.
Stop it.
I'm just saying there must be a shot for that.
Stop it.
Trouble.
I'm getting t-shirts made. There must be a shot. With a syringe.
I can't.
Going
There
in.
must be a shot. It's a shot for everything. Shot for everything. Oh my gosh.
So that's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah.
There's so many things going through my head. Okay. Chad, Kate, Eve, Brady, Stefan, and Teresa.
Okay, let's just first talk about the most important thing.
Sonny.
How amazing
Was that suit?
Chassis looked in that tan. Girl, you don't tell me.
But I wasn't
That was
sure about the
first-
black shirt.
I
would have
liked
liked
it
the
all.
white. I would have preferred a white shirt.
I
don't
was
know.
like-
I wasn't.
That's all I gotta say. I me. I'm Team Chad.
Oh, trust me, we know your team,
Yeah.
Chad.
Team Chad.
I will say this. I do like Chad's look as far as like with the beard and the tan. I didn't mind the black shirt.
The black shirt.
I thought it was a great look for him. And I like this moment for this character of I tried to do things the right way.
Yes.
And it's not happening. I think I have to revert to how my father actually was. And because the character of Chad was against being a true Demera since the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think that we liked the fact that he wanted to go against the grain. However, there's no one in Salem that's like ruthless anymore.
Except Stefan.
but even looking at him this week, I felt like he doesn't have the same oomph that he did when he first got there, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like this, like, powerful, like...
He's no Scott Clifton.
This powerful... That will always be hilarious to me. This powerful, like, man who I was like, yes, I can see him as... Like, after the whole thing with Gabigail, I think we now just see someone who's a little broken.
Agreed.
And who's still trying to hold on to this power. So the fact that Chad is kind of like willing to go there makes me go,
Yeah.
interesting.
So you're saying you think that he's going to become that?
I think he's going to become, he's not going to go full on like Victor Kiriakis, Stefano. I think he's going to be like a Kate. Where he can
still
be
has a
ruthless.
conscience.
Yes, he can be ruthless, but he's smart about his ruthlessness. And I was actually very surprised of the whole him being the CEO of Titan.
The dynamic shifts are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love it. At first, I didn't understand where they were going with all of this. Like, why is everybody changing up everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it makes sense.
And it's interesting to see that, to see Brady and Eve from Titan kind of go over to Demera Enterprises. And then you have Kate, who's trying to gain control of Titan with that whole lawsuit. There's so many layers to like what's happening with these companies.
I loved
like,
it when Kate confronted Chad and just told him everything that she was behind the lawsuit.
Yeah.
And his face like, really?
Yeah. But I think that was a moment too where it's like, I can kind of use all of this to our advantage.
Yeah. Totally.
It surprised me because Friday, we were led up to Friday because the whole week Chad was saying, what would my father do? My father would know what to do. What would my father do?
Yeah.
And when he took that ring, that was powerful. It was like one of those powerful moments where everything is going to change.
Yeah.
And I loved it when he took the ring from Kate.
Yeah.
You could hear it's like in the film what was that, Coppola's The Godfather. You know, there's the angelic music is playing while everyone's getting mowed down.
Right.
You know, it was just that moment where everything's shifting and nothing will be the same ever again.
Yeah.
That's the feeling.
Well, and
I'm
I think
getting.
a lot of it was because it was Kate. Because he does have such a special relationship with Kate. I think if anybody else had said that and approached him about it,
he would have told Sonny everything.
I think I think it would have been a very different situation. But I think Kate kind of has a little pull over him. Yeah. And he is like a child to her.
I still feel like there was a missed opportunity to keep Xander on and have him in power.
Well, I don't think he's not gone completely. I don't.
No.
Because he still has that recording
of Nicole
that
in the neatly organized safe that we were talking about.
It was organized by James.
James Lott Jr. organized that. He organized the crap out of that.
But it's definitely an interesting dynamic shift. But I can't wait to see next week when Gabby confronts Stefan.
That moment was great.
Because look, let me tell you, that look in her face was kind of like, bitch, I've been to jail. And I'm ready
now
for
my
you.
kid hates me.
A couple times.
Yeah. A couple times. And it's like, it's kind of like, I've been through some stuff, and let me tell you, I ain't scared of you.
Yeah.
Not at all.
She's always had that in her.
Yeah. She definitely has.
I was thinking this other day, anytime something happens in Salem, just put her in jail. Like, I just think it should be like the running joke now. It's
She can't ever
like,
go back.
It had to
Like,
have been
I'm
her.
done with
Arrest
her.
her.
Arrest her.
I'm
Put her in
done
jail.
with her in jail.
I think it's hysterical.
Oh gosh. What was I going to say? I think it had to do with Stefan, and then
Brady and Eve.
got no. Oh yeah, the lawsuit. And the whole deal and not accepting it. It's kind of like, Kate definitely wants to. I'm trying to figure out her angle in this though. Like, what would she really have to gain by ruining Titan when she's not affiliated with any company.
She told Giles, or what's his character's name, the lawyer's name?
Hot lawyer.
Ted.
Hot lawyer, Ted, sure.
I think it's Ted. I was listening for it
Ted.
this week. I'm almost positive
He
they
so
said
does
Ted.
not look like a Ted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gilles.
Gilles.
Marini.
She said the power that she will have will allow her to never be dependent on a man ever again, which is coming off of being betrayed by Andre. So it's more of an emotional thing for her. That's what she said. You don't buy it? You don't-
IDK.
No. Just a fan with open arms.
Just waiting to
Just
see
a
what's going to
fan with
happen.
open
I mean, it's
arms.
all very interesting. Oh, gosh, I was just hoping that we would just have another gay character in Salem.
Who? Who do you want?
Oh, I
Gilles.
thought Leo.
Oh.
Leo was going to be that person for Sonny.
Do you think he's going? Is he going? Or is he staying?
I don't know. I mean, after the, how do you redeem? Well, I mean,
Oh,
everyone's redeeming
please.
themselves
Yeah,
after a
everyone's
lawsuit.
redeemable.
I don't know. We'll see.
At Shrimp19, Wendy said, "Oh, look, at Billy Flynn put the ring on. Amazing how all the Demira men have the same pinky size."
I did see
genetics.
that.
I love that.
genetics.
That made me laugh.
The one the ring fits is the one who holds the power.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
It's like the Cinderella shoe, only it's a pinky ring.
Right.
Did we talk about Ari?
No, not yet.
Oh, Ariana Grace?
I hate you, mommy.
She was not having it.
She was not.
She had little
It was
demon
like-
look in her face.
it was
I
like-
hate you, mommy.
It was like, surprise. She was like,
Finally,
Yeah.
she's like, I am not having this.
I'm not running to your arms
Yeah.
ever
she's-
again.
She's like, nope. Nope. I will not. I will not. It was. She definitely had like a
Yeah.
little Sammy Brady moment.
Yeah.
Then Teresa with the lawsuit. Mm-hmm. What is that?
For suing for full custody.
How does she think she's going to get full custody?
It's another Teresa plan that wasn't fully thought out.
I was disappointed because we were led to think, okay, she's got something in her back pocket. What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
And that's what
It's
it
like
is.
a lawsuit?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
Like, wah, wah, wah.
it's just kind of like,
Ariana, not so graceful.
right. It's kind of like you just have to let it be. Like, life moved on when you left. No one's understanding why. You haven't had that moment of really explaining yourself. You're coming up with all these plans that are failing. Like, girl,
The drama. The drama.
the days of our lives.
And speaking of drama,
Oh, speaking of
let's
drama.
talk more about drama
Yes.
and days.
Well, hey, AfterBuzzers. Here at the network, we produce after shows nearly
For nearly all.
Cut and do it again. Because we can do that live. Hey, AfterBuzzers. Here at the network, we produce after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans like you. But we now need your help. We're asking you that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. Besides helping us a ton, here's what's in store for you. It caters to specific content you like directly. It brings you and your favorite after shows so you don't have to seek them out. And it suggests content from other channels or podcasts that you might be interested in. So subscribing to our YouTube channels will also help you discover our new shows we're sure you're going to love. Since you're already tuned in to our show, Dish and Days, here at the AfterBuzz TV drama channel, you might also be interested in The Affair, Queen of the South, which features Molly Burnett, aka Melanie Jonas, who Mark loves and adores so much. Also, Claws, 13 Reasons Why, and Queen Sugar. And remember, we have channels for other genres too, so please don't be shy about subscribing to them either. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be. Remember, they're optional. It's easy. Hit that subscribe button for an easier AfterBuzz experience. And if you let us know that you did in the comments, we'll shout you out on air. Thanks for being the best fans. We promise to continue to do our best to serve you. Those brought to you by the kind folks here at AfterBuzz TV.
Yay!
Yay.
The little tidbits.
Yes.
Well, we talked about Gabby That surprised me when she just showed up. I wasn't
That she's
expecting.
out of jail?
I had one of those like moments, so
Yeah.
that was great. Like, please, thank God, don't ever go back.
We got a nice little replay of what actually happened.
What actually happened.
Yes.
I love that it was a chain of events.
A recap.
Where Miss Diane was trying to get Gabby, and then Miss Wendy was like, "Oh, okay, Diane, you got her, but bitch, I'm gonna get you."
I've been waiting outside.
Yes. I'll be waiting outside at the door. So that was a nice recap, but Ariana Grace is not having it. She's like,
was pretty
no.
fierce, yeah.
Yeah, she was. So, yay, I'm glad Gabby's out of jail. 'Cause
I'm
I was
so
like, listen,
glad. It's like, please,
I am not going to go through this whole thing again.
no.
I think we should do it every week.
Gabby in jail. For what this time? By Julie. Okay.
Will getting his memories or a memory.
Memra.
Okay, let's take a moment because I feel like I've kind of been going a little back and forth with some Wilson fans. I feel like we have been talking about Will, Sonny, and Paul. And Wilson fans want us to recognize those moments that Will and Sonny have. And we do recognize those moments. But I also felt like this week that Sonny had a moment with Paul that was kind of like, ooh, what's there too? So it's not that we're disregarding Sonny and Will. Sonny and Will are not
history,
together.
yeah.
You know, they do have history with each other, but for me as a viewer, I don't think anything so big and significant has happened to where I'm like, oh, they're gonna get back together. It's just kind of like a moment, just like this week when he got the memory back and remembered just that tidbit. I think it's great that he's getting his memory back, but I'm not thinking they're on the path of like getting back together. I think it's me, fan with open arms, just like, oh, he's slowly getting his memory back, and Sonny was a big part of that. So there's that.
Or they could just be a throuple, according to Mike Bowman.
Listen, it would not be uncommon in the gay community.
In Salem, maybe, not in West Hollywood.
Yeah. So it's,
And if you
it's
don't
just
know what a
like-
throuple is, Google it.
it's a couple of threes. Anyone else want to speak about Will and Sonny and Paul?
I mean, I'm curious again to see where it's going to go. I think we kind of have a general idea just because of things we know.
Yeah.
But
Or am I not?
It might not.
I you know, and I keep saying it too. I love seeing Chandler.
Yeah.
It makes me happy when I see him.
You know what? I actually I went on the Days of Our Lives official Facebook because I was posting to please tune into us. And I saw that there were some people who were like, why are they always in bed? And someone else was like, oh, Days is taming them because when you come to the other couples, the straight couples, they show way more than what they're showing or implying with Will and Paul. But I like those moments. I like that, like, they're this couple that, you know, it's almost like at night or after, however you want to interpret what they're doing in bed. And they just kind of talk and they have these conversations and they're
intimate,
discussing
and,
things. Yeah. I like it.
And this is a medical thing. When somebody gets amnesia and then gets their memories back, what's going to happen to his feelings for Paul? Because all of those feelings for Sonny will resurface.
But
How?
But I feel like they would have already resurfaced because he's still the same person. So I feel like he would have had those feelings, just like his connection with Marlena. Just because he lost his memory, that
doesn't mean
connection
the connection wasn't there. Yeah.
It didn't go away. I just kind of feel like the pairing of him and Paul was new Will, as I like to call him. He suppressed those feelings and how he felt with Paul because he was with Sonny. So I think this is now that chance to explore that.
What is going to
what I mean?
happen? What direction is it going to go in? Because usually I think I can gauge, okay, well, once he gets his memories back,
Yeah.
he'll end up with Sonny. But he's
don't
got
know.
something really special.
And I'm
with
glad.
Paul.
I'm hoping that he doesn't
Jump
take-
into something?
No, that he doesn't take that other antidote. Like, be careful. Or did
Oh,
he?
that's right. He had it.
He had it. Like,
in his
yeah,
hand.
he's-
How
yeah.
did he get a hold of it?
It's Will.
They didn't show. They just showed him with it. in his hand.
It's
Yeah.
Will. Like, you know.
Yeah.
He owns all he has
Is
to
he
say
going to turn
is,
into the Hulk?
Sammy's his
Where he's
mother.
like,
Don't forget.
"Brah."
It's in the DNA.
enough said.
Yeah.
Enough said.
He probably said, "Hey, Mom, how do I get this
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
that?" Girl,
Yeah, it's
just
like
do
Stefan
this.
saying, "What would my dad?"
Yeah,
or you know,
exactly.
Go to my office and get the extra key.
Yeah, exactly.
I got keys to everything.
I hid
Right.
some keys in the hospital for if I
Right.
ever had to come home again. Yeah.
We have Kayla, Kate, Stefan, and Steve tidbit. And I have to say, I didn't buy the moment when Kayla was in Kate's hotel room.
Neither did Kate.
I don't,
Well,
But
I think that was intentional.
but it's so not buyable. I mean,
Yeah.
something else could have been created where it was like a little bit more plausible, just a little bit easier to make Kate go. I mean, it was just so obvious that it was.
Yeah, she was up to something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have preferred something a little bit more clever, or
Yeah.
I didn't buy that.
Well, she was bumbling all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, girl, we will wobble, but we ain't falling down.
That's a Weeble. That's
Weeble
a
Wallace.
Weeble reference.
But I was just like, I just want to go, Kayla, girl, this ain't the right field for you.
No,
Like, you don't
that's
have
so
an evil
not
bowl in your
good.
body. Like, you don't know how to collect tea. Like, you know, you are too obvious with it. It's like, girl, just let Steve go around and be Uncle Stevie Wonder and just live happily ever after, honey.
But now she knows. Now she's got the information for Stefan. She's made the connection of Ted, who Ted is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm anxious to see these eyes.
I love that they're still only referring to it as giving him back one eye. It's like, girl, you have a chance to get 2 bionics.
I
You're like,
know.
no, we just want one. We just want one. We're gonna keep the patch. Yeah, that's mean, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still don't know how I feel about. I don't know, like Kayla doing what she's doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It still kind of seems kind of.
Forced? Or
Yeah, I just don't know that that's something she would really do. But obviously she's doing it.
Listen,
so who am I?
we all do stupid things for love.
Yeah,
Mark.
that's true. That's true.
Okay.
so many stories behind that.
So many.
So many.
All right.
That was it for tidbits.
Okay.
That was it for tidbits?
I love it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Until somebody tweets us and said that we missed something.
Did we miss something, you guys? All right. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, segments. Yay! We're going to start with...
Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! All right, so, oh my gosh, I feel like there were some very snap-worthy moments. But I actually just changed who I was going to give
You did?
the 3 snaps to.
Oh shit.
So I will give first honorable mentions. First honorable mention is Ciara, who tried to act like she was slightly asleep but paying attention to all 16 abs of
16
Ben.
and a half.
Yes.
Let's give him that a half.
So it wasn't like a
Oh
full.
my God, how does someone look like that?
Follow
Rob
his
Wilson.
Insta story. You'll see why.
Man.
He's always in the gym.
Always. And always doing something active.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't like a full like snap. It was more like a golf snap. Like, yes.
Golf
live
snap.
for you. I was going to give it to Ariana Grace because I was like, I love a little pouty little girl who's like, I'm not having it. I'm letting you know I'm not having it. Boom. And I was like, work, Ariana. But sitting here, I realized there was a moment that was snap worthy. And I snapped, but forgot that I snapped for it. And we just talked about it. When Kate walked into that room and she was like right there in the doorway, like,
Can I help you?
I was like,
Said the spider to the fly.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
yes. I was like, come through, Kate Roberts. So my official 3 Snaps Award goes to Lauren Koslow, Kate Roberts, for appearing in her hotel door being like, can I help you with something, bitch? That was kudos to you. And that is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! All right.
And next we have...
that was
We
ridiculous.
have lost our minds.
Oh, I actually had a lot of favorites
Did
this
you?
week. Yeah. Chloe had a really cute blue jumpsuit at the beginning of the week. And then Maggie had an amazing like mustard gold blouse as well. But it's
Do
gonna
I
go
see the
to
picture? Oh, there it
it's
is.
gonna go to Miss Cassie
yeah.
DePaiva. Miss Cassie DePaiva, she has that boss bitch outfit that the minute she walked in, you knew you were in trouble. So I'm gonna think that the slacks are kind of a pleather.
Yeah.
Could be leather, but I'm guessing they're pleather.
I'm going to guess pleather.
I'm gonna guess pleather. And this beautiful, I don't know, emerald green.
You love
silk.
green.
Well, I love color. I
Mm-hmm.
love color. And it looks amazing on her.
Yeah.
She's just in control. It's perfect for the scene. It was perfect for that moment because you really looked to her to navigate that moment with Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
Brady kind of was in the background, and you kind of gave it to her that she was the one that was going to say, "Oh no, we're not doing this."
Oh yeah, she was like,
she was the one
like,
in control.
We'll take this to our lawyers.
Yeah.
We'll hear
You
back
really
from
think
you.
we're going to give you an answer now? No, that's not how
Exactly.
it's going to happen.
Nope.
So, Miss Cassie DePaiva, Eve, thank you for being our Designer Days girl.
Yeah. I love that.
We are a hot mess.
Well, we don't have a caption that this week because Michael Mattis is on vacay. So shout out to Michael Mattis.
We
Enjoy
miss
your
you.
day off.
Everyone's celebrating Pride, except for me.
Right. But now it's time for... Oh,
Oh, we're going to do that first? Okay.
sure.
Edition Days Fan of the Week. Woohoo!
And then we'll go back to quote of the week.
Okay. So I jumped on iTunes because that's where I go first for fans of the week.
Of course.
And I haven't been have been at home waiting for you guys to show up, and you haven't been. So I didn't know who you had given it to. So I messaged you guys to make sure that I'm not repeating myself. And for some reason, this one jumped out at me.
Really? Why did this one in
Pray
particular
tell. Pray tell.
jump out
I
to
don't
you?
know. Well, it's from, oh my goodness, IH8 Melanie and Rotten Egg Baby.
I hate Melanie and Rodden Egby.
Oh, I hate Melanie. Oh, I like them even more now. I didn't really see that, notice that. Okay, cool. And the subject, it is 5 stars, and the title of the review says, Tony, do you want I love Mark, exclamation point. And it says, I'm not sure what the above poster is talking, because remember that person that I gave fan of the week to, like the last time I
because
was
they didn't
here,
like
because
you?
he ripped me apart.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that above poster is talking about, but I often find myself agreeing with Mark. I can't stand Melanie, Daniel, Summer, Rope, and Generic. This is like my soulmate. Mark, along with several other board members, share the same opinion on these characters, and honestly, you would have to be really dumb to not see how contrived / forced these characters / couples are. Love the use of the slash. Mark says it like it is and doesn't sugarcoat things.
Never.
Never. And I miss when he's not on because I love hearing his sassy opinion. Well, I hate Melanie too, and I hate Melanie. I love you. So you are officially Edition Days Fan of the Week. Woohoo! I remember it like yesterday at 4 a.m. when I was recording that.
Oh my God.
If I may,
You want to do a couple of quotes?
I wanted to do last week's because
Sure.
I literally laughed out loud.
Yes.
And it's our girl.
Yes.
So I have to give it to her. Last week, quote of the week goes to Jen. When
did
she
she say?
walked in to JJ working out, 1472.55.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're
Yes.
done.
Yes. I love that.
I do
love
that
So
it.
too. all the
Jen gets
time.
it from last week.
Okay.
But this week it's a shared quote of the week because it was a conversation back and forth, and one person said it, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be, and I paused it. Oh, that'll be my quote of the week. And then as I continued, the other person said something at the end, and I was like, oh, that was a good bookend. That was like a bookend quote of the week. So it goes to Kate and Kayla. So when Kate walks in and she says, Are you in the habit of breaking into people's rooms to look for office supplies? And then they go through the whole pen thing, and then Kate signs it, and she hands her back. Oh no, that's yours.
Yeah. That was actually a great moment.
I almost peed myself. I was like, you go. No, girl, that's your pen. Remember, that's why I came in to get it.
And that I
Exactly.
believed. That
Yeah,
Kayla move, that I believed.
Totally. So Kate and
hilarious.
Kayla are officially
Mark's quote of the week.
There we go.
Awesome. And then
And Jen Lilly from last week.
and then quickly we have news and gossip.
If you live in Los Angeles, join Mary Beth Evans
AfterBuzz TV News.
and some of her co-stars for a fan event, the Cast of the Bay series on Friday,
Oh.
12 to 3 at the Crab Avenue in Glendale. And then Freddie Smith celebrates his 7th anniversary on Days. We had a video
I don't believe it.
when he first appeared.
I miss you
Ah.
so much.
Oh, look at Freddie
I
Smith.
know.
7 years.
7
God, that goes by
years.
so
Look.
fast.
Yay!
Is that?
That's Chandler
That's
and
Chandler.
Camila.
Oh, okay.
After they graduated.
I know.
Oh
I
gosh.
couldn't believe it when I saw you standing there. Why didn't you tell me you were coming here, Punk?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that I'm nuts about you.
Wow.
That's
That's
cool.
sweet.
Happy anniversary,
Happy
Freddie.
anniversary, Freddie.
Hi, guys.
And then just a quick congratulations to Farrah Fath, who filmed recently on Days. She announced that she and her husband are expecting a baby. So congratulations to Farrah.
Yay.
And
Good for her.
that's the week on Days, boys. Where can
Yeah.
everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter if I'm not in my living room waiting for you guys. At Lorraine Love, LORAYNE LOVE. And if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, tune in at 6 o'clock for our recap of the reunion.
And what a juicy reunion that's gonna be. And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounge with Tony on my website, loungewithtony.com.
And you can find Dish and Days on Twitter at _Dish and Days, Insta and Facebook at Dish and Days. You can find me on Twitter at Tami Goveia, Insta and Facebook, Tami Goveia Official. Thanks, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.